We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames, for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine, to see what is going on. While that eclipse portal has closed, you might still be feeling the aftershock effects of that eclipse that we just went through. You might be feeling a little bit of an eclipse hangover, a little bit tired, as these energies tend to reverberate and they're still impacting us. Speaking of impacts, we had a weak CME hit Earth's magnetic field this morning, but it wasn't as big as they expected. However, we may have another CME hitting us today. So we're still in not as big of a geomagnetic storm as they predicted, but we're still in those kind of pretty high energies that we've been over the past couple of days. So we're definitely feeling the cosmic energies. We also have a lot of astrological alignments that are playing out today that we'll try to cover in today's video. So we do have Mercury squared Mars, and this is bringing a lot of personal upgrades. You guys are ready for change, and you now know what those changes are that you need to make in your life. And this energy is meant to fuel you up or to motivate you too. And so it's all about kind of what action you need to take and what kind of work you've been avoiding in your life. We also have Mercury in Libra squares Mars and Cancer. This is the only time in 2024 that they will square off. We're kind of moving through some of the same astrological themes and energies too as we're moving through the rest of Libra season. Libra season is bringing your relationships up. It might be intensifying them, and it also might be intensifying your dreams too. So we still have Mercury in Libra, and this is helping us to see the other side of things, or the other people's perspectives, we'll say. But it's also pushing us towards balance. It's like everything that we want energetically during this time. We also have Mars in Cancer, and this is going to make you more protective of your personal space and emotions right now. We also have Saturn in Pisces, and this is bringing us a chance for a lot of emotional and karmic healing. So these are some of the themes that are coming up with today's energies, or we'll say being pushed to the surface with today's energies. We're going to start with a reading for the divine feminine. Remember that these are just general collective readings, so please just take what resonates for you. This is why I always say to do those one-on-one phone calls with me. They're going to help you a lot with your specific situation and what is coming up. If you need me, you book me on my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I am an energy healer. I have a ton of healing sessions, clearings, and activations on there that are all really, really going to help you. So make sure you guys are doing more of those healing sessions, especially if you're a twin flame. This will help you, because a lot of what comes up on the twin flame journey, some of it we're aware of, that's conscious, right? Some of it we are aware of on the conscious level, but most of it is happening on a subconscious energetic level. So oftentimes we're having to deal with a lot of wounding. This is from our past. We're dealing with a lot of blocks, things we run into on the twin flame journey that are triggered to the surface energetically. So it requires a lot of energy healing. I also have my twin flame coaching, which is amazing for helping you through this process. I help you to heal certain things. I've designed it specifically for what I saw or found comes up on the twin flame journey. So that will help you a lot. I have so many tools on my website. Go with what you're guided to. It's all really, really going to help you. So make sure you're checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. I spent a lot of time basically deleting a lot of stuff yesterday on my shop. I spent a lot of time updating my shop, right? And I had stuff up for I was deleting a lot of stuff too. So I've spent a lot of time working on my shop yesterday. So it's always, you can do anything on my shop anyways, but I've made sure to put up some new stuff and delete some of the old stuff on there too. I'm always moving through the cosmic energies and these energy shifts. So check out my shop. I have some new stuff up there. And like I said, you can always do anything in my shop anytime. Okay, so Divine Feminine Collective. What is going on for the Divine Feminine? Divine Masculine, if you're watching, direct messages from your Divine Feminine. It's easier being with someone from my world right here. Your twin flame is going to trigger you, challenge you, and we'll say why. And this fits the theme of Libra season, because this is where the growth happens, like getting outside of your comfort zone, right? This is going to be a connection that is a little bit different than the 3D dynamic, which is a little bit easier that you're used to. If anything, it's here to help you, to shift you out of the 3D dynamic on many different levels. You'll find as you're doing the soul work that is required, or whatever you're being guided to work on, heal, fix, change in your life, you're going to notice that slowly it begins to elevate you out of your old paradigm, okay? A lot of people are very awakened coming into these connections, but for the Divine Feminine, and you're not going to like me saying this, your divine masculine is waking you up. And a lot of you guys will say, wait, I feel like I'm a lot more awake than them. Or depends, jokes aside, right? They are here to awaken you and to help to shake you awake to the next level. Your silence feels safer to me. I don't want to get hurt again. Some of you guys might be going through communication issues. We see that with all this Mercury energy. You might have this person that's pulled back, silent treatment, ignoring you, not responding to your messages, not checking your messages, not really giving you a lot in terms of communication. They might be pulled back, and you can always tell when they are pulled back. Some of you guys might be in actual separation, no communication, no contact. It just kind of depends on where you're at with that. Some of you guys may be navigating that or going through that. I let my ego get in the way. I couldn't let go of my pride, but you saw through me. You know the truth about me. This person can see you and your patterns and behaviors on a really, really deep level. With all of this Libra energy, we have a theme around letting go, and especially today's energies, letting go of and working on old behaviors and patterns that we need to change that are no longer serving us. Things that you need to work on within your healing. You're being hopefully awakening and more aware of what you need to fix and change within yourself. I fantasize about getting a second chance with you. You might spend a lot of time daydreaming, fantasizing, thinking about this person like they're on your mind a lot. You might be picturing the reality you want with them, timelines with them, being with them. This is like if you're apart, reconciliation, union energy, rekindling the connection. I say re-sparking the connection, right? Or having another chance with them. I've committed to someone else because they don't challenge me. This isn't for everyone, but sometimes this could be other people interfering. This could be third parties. This could be friends, family, other lovers that get in the way. Only if it's an obstacle to your union, and you're going to kind of know it, right? Only if they throw off your union. Only if you allow it too. Oftentimes what's most common with the design of things is usually when you meet your twin flame, if you're already with a karmic, they encourage you to heal and let go of that karmic. Or you might have just broken up with a karmic and you found your twin flame soon after. Now, yeah, sometimes, and I hate to say this, sometimes twin flame can pull the free will card if they don't want to be with you. They can go off. And this can be very hard to navigate because we can do that in the human experience. We do have that choice. And so sometimes that can happen too. Not for everyone, you're going to kind of know it if there are karmics around. And sometimes karmics are just like they sound, like karmic lessons that need to be worked off. Oftentimes these are soul contracts that are in place that you're needing to move through or to clear. Your twin flame is meant to help you to clear everything of the 3D. That includes karmic contracts, soul contracts, connections not serving you, things weighing you down, things bad for your energy. We have a big karmic clearing happening with all of that Saturn and Pisces. Saturn is our karma, right? And Pisces, yeah. All right, it's like karmic completion. It's the ending, right, of something. So with this Saturn and Pisces, like it's encouraging us to heal emotionally from the karmic wounds of our past and to release karmic contracts, we'll say, and things on a deeper level right now. I'm trying to move on, but thoughts of you still linger and I can't control them. Maybe some of you guys have tried to move on, but you found you're moving backwards instead. Oftentimes it's the hardest thing to try to do. You might go through cycles with this person, but please remember that twin flames paths are forever intertwined. It means that there are certain places where you may learn together, the infinity sign. There are certain places where you may learn together across lifetimes and even in spaces where you may learn separate, okay? And we don't like to hear that. But that is a good thing because that means that your paths are always going to intersect, whether in this lifetime or other ones. But we're dealing with this lifetime, obviously, for this reading. There's going to be points where if apart, you're going to come back together again, where your paths are going to intersect. We call these reunion spaces. These are, you know, right? These are places where you come together and you might have a meeting or words or hang out or, you know, whatever it is. Now, the goal is to shift into full union. Yes, this is a relationship, I say. A lot of people will teach you it isn't, but it is the goal with twin flames that you guys are probably not going to be very happy unless you're together on some level. But oftentimes you're, I don't want to say forced. You might be forced apart or through orchestration of the universe. You might have to go through certain spaces. And this is where the deepest healing work comes up. Whether you're being guided to go into deeper downloads, introspection, healing. Also, we are the ones that are here to heal the family lines, a lot of us. So that includes purging out and healing the traumas and painful wounding and things like that. A lot of this stuff has been passed down to you intergenerationally. So oftentimes it is in this twin flame separations that you guys are going deepest into yourself to purge out and release, whether this is pain, blocks, wounds, beliefs, things like that. I'm holding on to the memories of us. You might have a lot of really good memories with this person. I'm on my way to you. I'm ready to take my mask off. Clearing ego layers. Some of you guys, I was explaining to someone, they told me yesterday in a call, they said, I think this is my ego death. Wait, and then I'm done with it. And I was, oh my God, I was kind of making a joke, like, well, while we're here on earth, I feel we go through about 1 million of them. But notably with twin flame, every time you go into a separation or upheaval, oftentimes it's taking you into that ego death. And you might feel like you're dying because it's your ego dying, right? It's just another layer. And then you'll go through the rebirth and you'll come back and heal. Once you do heal, you'll come back stronger. And you might go through different cycles of this. Life can take us through different cycles, and also twin flame, okay? You tame my demons. This person might calm you down and make you feel better. I underestimated how important you are in my life. I don't want to be toxic anymore. Libra season is encouraging us to release toxic patterns, but especially toxic relationship patterns. Okay, so we're going to do the rest of this reading for Divine Feminine. Some of you guys have hit rock bottom, maybe even several times, and you've hit these lows that only your twin flame could take you into. So usually, I think, I can't remember, I was posting a meme the other day, like making fun of it, like you think you signed up for twin flame union and it's going to be amazing in your fairy tale, but in reality, you're going through the underworld. It's going to take you through a tour of the underworld, right? Like, and the darkest spaces of your soul, right? Like, it'll take you into those highs too, don't get me wrong. But oftentimes it is in those lows that we're doing the healing, and we need to navigate those purges it takes us into. So oftentimes this is like a big karmic purge. It's taking us into the darkest spaces of our soul, the most intense negative feelings we've ever felt in our life, being dropped by ourselves at rock bottom. It'll feel like you've gone into the love bubble and you're soaring to these high heights and you've just been dropped or discarded, right? You fall on your own. So oftentimes you're hitting these spaces of like, everything falls apart in your life, especially in these spaces of union. So let's go back to those nice spaces. As you're coming together with your twin flame, other things are falling out of frequency with you because you're coming into these very high frequencies that can be hard to sustain. So this can feel like other areas of your life are falling apart. Now, this is a reading for the Divine Feminine, but especially for the Divine Masculine. They feel like when they meet you, that suddenly everything in their life is falling apart. But this is happening for the Divine Feminine. You might be going through a tower moment. This could be connected, obviously, to your twin flame, as this is a twin flame reading too. All right. And then this is like, some of you guys are in, I saw this, chill vibes. Like, some people are telling me like they're tired. You're not going to be able to sustain a lot of the old ways of living in these higher frequency energies. We're navigating a lot of cosmic energies right now, so you're going through a lot of upgrades. We talked about the personal upgrades earlier, starting the video. So your body might be feeling it, and like I see people like, I love this, like in their blanket, sweater, at home, chill vibes, like, right? And needing to cocoon more. You might be needing to cocoon more, especially if you're on the twin flame journey, because twin flame can be exhausting, not all the time, but at different points, because it's just so much energetically happening past the physical. So this is true for the twin flame journey, but also the ascension process. Some of you guys are like needing to Netflix and chill, to rest, to cocoon, to do a lot of energy healing, to meditate, to get spiritual, to spend more time in quiet, reflecting. Okay, so we're going to go back to that silent treatment. If either is doing pullback, silent treatment, your flame isn't around, these are spaces where you need to be with your thoughts and to reflect on how things are going with the twin flame. Make sure you're not being too stubborn and inflexible. This might be wanting everything your way or not going with the flow. You have unfinished business with this person. There will be a reconciliation if apart, or a new cycle, okay? And even if in union, there's going to be other cycles ahead of you guys, right? So we talk about these cycles you go through with your twin flame. You might need to forgive this person for things in the past or how things went. This person may not have shown up for you. They may not have upheld their side of things, and things like that. So yesterday we had a lot of that King of Pentacles in reverse energy. We'll see what comes through today, but that is commitment issues. This person might have made commitments to you and backed out. They might not have done right by you in some type of way. They might have hurt you a lot, reenacting things on you. Find forgiveness. This is heart chakra work so that you're open for this union, because that's where it leads. Doesn't matter how it looks right now. You do that inner work, you come back into union, just as this person has come into your life the first time or second or fifth or whatever, right? And just as this person has come into your life, for some it might have been once, for some multiple times. Be ready for that next cycle. So make sure that you're not getting in this victim 3D consciousness narrative of it, because that can be easy to do. And getting into old stories, this person is still holding on to you, okay? They're determined to be with you. You might not see that on their side. You might not see everything from their side of what they're thinking and what they're feeling. We have that kind of energy. There is a soul contract. You're going to come into spiritual union, and I mean full union with this person. You're going to be with this person. You might be going through a lot of preparation, healing, clearing blocks, removing things you need to work through in your ascension, because union happens on the ascended level, and people don't like to hear this. We say 3D, like the physical, but it's not going to happen in that 3D frequency. It's going to happen on this higher 5D union frequency, and you can't just... Twin flame isn't going to take you there. A lot of people think they can skip doing the inner work and they'll just ascend into union. And it's really about that path and working it up to your ascension, and your twin flame will meet you there. I know they're not going to pull you up there, because sometimes they're not even there themselves, because they're mirroring where you're at frequency wise. You guys are always sharing that steeper soul connection and frequency. So it's about really doing the healing work, self-love, but getting into these higher frequencies and working through whatever you need to work through within your ascension journey on yourself too. Now, sometimes you're not doing anything wrong in the separations. These give you a chance to purge out and you work on yourself and reflect certain things. And there's always going to be a different design for everyone depending on your soul blueprint and things like that. Some of you guys, if you're in separation or you're spending a lot of time apart from your twin flame, it might be to work on other areas of your life. You came here also to fulfill a spiritual mission. It's something bigger than yourself. That's what twin flames do too. So you may need to awaken to that, or start something on your own, or do certain projects, or work on other areas of your life, or, you know, whatever it is that you're being guided to work on apart from this relationship, from this twin flame journey, because it is a relationship. It's a very powerful spiritual connection, but it's also a relationship and a connection that you have with this other person. When we're feeling trauma, hurts, or lower frequency, anger, or whatever it is within ourselves, this is the energy coming from our heart and blocking up the connection. When we're feeling amazing, you know, you're putting really good energy out in that connection too. So it's all about that heart chakra connection with your twin flame, but there's a lot of other, let's say, factors and dynamics that go into you spiritually in your life and what you may need to be doing. So outside energies and circumstances may have got in the way. Like forces may have pulled you apart. This is so common with lovers. Let's talk about it. Right? I know. like, and things like that. You'll probably notice on either side, you might have some resistance and things like that. All right, more resistance, more toxicity in your life, and having better boundaries with anyone that is interfering. Sometimes you already had these dynamics with these people, and twin flame will show you, so you can have better boundaries with people trying to keep you apart. This separation is because you started to treat me like a karmic partner. So your twin flame might have been treating you in a karmic way, or I say patterns might have been coming up. It just kind of depends. Only in losing you did I realize what I had. And you guys might have gone through a lot of profound loss going into these separations, and it might have been very painful too, emotionally. It's old emotions that surge to the surface. I know we usually blame the twin flame and pin our trauma or pain on them, but they were already existing in your energy field to create the separation or the pushing apart, or they were something that you needed to heal on this lifetime or past lifetime level, things like that. A lot of heart and wounding will come up, and you'll clear that energy and move through it. I know you're the one. You know this is your person. This can make it hard because you're only going to probably want this person. I know, right? Unless there's a karmic pull, and karma's never good. Okay, so it depends on what's in your karmic closet. But my hope is that when you meet your twin flame, you've resolved all of that. And if you're careful, you won't have to go into those cycles in your relationships anymore, right? Okay, so you know this is the one, and this can make it challenging. depending on what's going on. This is to keep you focused. You need to trust in the divine. If you're in separations or have been navigating slow coming into union, you guys might be working through different lessons and things that you need that are going to catalyze you towards this union. It just kind of depends on each side. So you know this is your person and this is to help you. Now ego can, I want to use the word mind fuck you, right? Okay. Ego can get in the way sometimes with it too. Just be mindful of that. I didn't feel good enough for you, and I know I had more work to do. So this is like a connection that has you constantly working on yourself. So karmics, you get lazy, you're Netflixing and chilling, you're not working on clearing any of the bad habits, and usually you get worse. Okay, and they do too. Now, twin flame is going to have you working towards this all of the time. It's like never-ending work, which is okay because you're bettering yourself. And I see that with flames. Even the most asleep ones that aren't aware of the process, you're changing for the better. Your energy is changing from this person. They are having a very positive effect on you, Divine Feminine, if you didn't notice. Like, you might not feel like that by the circumstances, but your entire life and world has changed since this person came in or since you met this person in a big way. And I mean in a spiritual sense. I've seen visions and glimpses of our future together. And sometimes you know that you're just so perfect for this person. And if you are with this person, maybe some of you guys are already in union, or if you could be with this person and you're wanting union, you know it would just fit perfect, like peanut butter and jelly. Like, right? You guys fit so perfectly together, down to every little thing, how you spend your time, how you want your life to look. Everything, your core values align, what you want in life aligns, right? You're very similar while you're complete polar opposites, and this can make it challenging, right, karmically, but you are like so perfect. This is your dream person. This is your dream partner. Ever since you were old enough to look for love, you've been looking for this person unconsciously, and this shows us just how real twin flame phenomenon is, because you were looking for this person, right? And when you meet this person, you know the search is over. This is why I see so many twin flames, even if they've been rejected, pushed aside from their twin flame, they didn't want you, whatever it was, because oftentimes masculine can go into those runner and rejection things with the divine feminine, because this is a very intense energy connection. You guys are going to notice in a true twin flame connection, the search is over. You're not able to entertain karmics anymore. You're not able to date. You just want this person oftentimes. And this shows you just how powerful this connection is, because you've then found the one. Because when you haven't found the one, you continue to search, and unconsciously. We're not always consciously aware of it. So you're always searching for this person. You're going to know when you meet them. Their eyes are going to do something to you. Our story is not even close to being finished. Okay, home issues coming up. When you clear out the trauma from your root chakra, most of it is ancestral. Most of it is from family, even your childhood karma, very connected to the family line and the stories and narratives that play out that then we recycle into our lives and things like that. This is clearing out your root chakra. You feel at home with this person. You can relax with them. Like maybe you're someone who has a hard time relaxing with everyone else or with people. Oftentimes twin flames are empaths and pick up a lot of anxiety and things. You feel very, very secure with this person. You literally feel really amazing with this person. You could just sit for hours and talk about anything. You could do nothing with them. You could just hang out with this person and you feel so at home with them and with their energy. I've noticed that when I people a lot, I get kind of, not all the time, but when I'm peopling around the wrong energy, especially unawakened people, it can be kind of draining. It doesn't happen with your twin flame. Now, sometimes someone was talking about this morning. Sometimes it's so intense when you hang out, you go through a lot of energetic upgrades and it can be healing and exhausting in a different level. But you'll notice you can hang out with this person all the time and you'll never run out of things to do or say. Okay, so there's a healing coming up. Take care of your energy right now. We just talked about a lot of cosmic energies. October is going to be quite the ride and even the next couple of months, but we'll stick to October, right? It's going to be quite the ride energetically. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Please be gentle with yourself and with your twin flame. They're going through a lot too. And oftentimes women have no problem telling you how they feel. Sometimes masculines are pulling back and going through a lot on their own. Some of this stuff that is coming to the surface has nothing to do with you. It could be their old trauma, things they're experiencing, things going on in their life. Please be gentle with this person and with yourself. Please be patient. Let go of control issues. Some of you guys are trying to control things too much and you'll find you can't with your divine masculine. They're very sensitive to that from their own past. All right, you're clearing a lot of obstacles right now. You're needing to raise your frequency. The more you're clearing your inner blocks, the more it will clear things for your divine masculine. Okay, so your chakra systems are interconnected when you meet and you merge together, even if you haven't merged on the physical, okay? Just being around each other, we're always exchanging energy and information. So even just being around this person. So your chakras are like interlocked more than we know. So when you're doing the deeper chakra and energy work and clearing work and healing yourself, you're helping to release a block. Like if you have one block, the twin flame has it too, you clear that block within yourself. You're helping to clear these blocks for your twin flame because you're more merged up than you think. And this is why when you begin to be around each other, it feels euphoric and amazing, but then the problems come up from the Kundalini energy and the energy exchange, and all the traumas rise to the surface. You can't bring them with you. You have a lot of traumas stored in your body unconsciously because we can't always pinpoint them. This is why I say do lots of healing. Okay, do tons of that energy work on my website. Anyways, so we have a lot of blocks and traumas and things that we're not aware of that we have to deal with on the energetic level. Things come to the surface. This is why sometimes we can get stuck in the cycles of pushing and repelling or whatever's happening, the runner stuff. All right, work on raising your vibration. This will make you much more magnetic to your twin flame and even to union and things like that. If you're in separation, repelling union, needing to raise your frequency, everyone has to do this work anyways. Your twin flame is the motivation to do it. Okay, so you're going through a spiritual awakening. Your twin flame is awakening to this connection. If there's been, and this is what happens. You guys do the love bubble, you know who the person is, but then what will happen is doubts, fears, and worries and concerns come up, pushing you guys apart on both sides. Both twin flames go through this. You will question the connection. You are not sure. You know what I mean? Like, okay. But at this point, maybe you've been doing a lot of inner work and clearing a lot of blocks, I hope, and that some of the problems that have come up, you guys have been through a lot of problems, obstacles, and blocks that you have cleared if you look back, and you've learned a lot of lessons together. Now, your twin flame and you are awakening, but to the twin flame journey and to the twin flame connection. They know who you are. They're awakening to who you are, and they're awakening to the connection. This is good news if they weren't sure, or we'll say clearing blocks and doubts. As you're clearing these things within yourself, they're going to be sure of the connection too. So the ones I see, because I help so many twin flames that are, I don't know if this is my person, I'm done. They're in runner mode too. The twin flame is mirroring that. When you guys are positive and awakened to this connection and to the twin flame journey and what work you need to do, your twin flame will too on their other side, because they always mirror that. Time to really connect with your spiritual connection. Work on the energy of your body, your temple, and even your home right now. You're wanting to do more spiritual stuff, things like meditation, energy healing, clearing your space, clearing your energy is going to help, because so much emotion, stuck energy begins to come to the surface. It's like your twin flame sucks it out of you like a magnet, if you didn't notice. All the inner shadows, right? They're coming out like Pandora's box. Your twin flame meets you, and it's like they open Pandora's box of a lot of stuff you didn't even know you had. Skeletons in your closet. Karma, right? Because I always refer to your karmic closet. Things that come to the surface. It's like Pandora's box of the shadow. So you need to clear this stuff and take better care of your energy. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups. Some of you guys might be bored, especially if your twin flame isn't around. You might be feeling a little bit stagnated. Make sure you're not focusing on the negative right now. Make sure you're staying in gratitude and appreciating the journey and everything it's doing for you, because this is healing, and it's deep healing, and it's a lot of work. So we talked about self-care, staying grateful. Some of you guys, we have the Strength in reverse. You might feel like you don't have a lot of motivation right now, like today's alignment, right? Oh my God, okay, I was reading all this stuff this morning on it, right? You might feel like, you know what to do, but you're lacking a little bit of motivation with today's vibes. It's Sunday, hey, right? Okay, so working on your self-esteem, and like you might feel kind of vulnerable right now. You may feel open or wounded, or you have a lot I say the painful areas. Pay attention to the painful areas. They need healing. And on the energy level. So make sure you're dealing with any fear or anxiety and not letting this stop you. This is like not feeling good enough. So when we have that Leo energy, it's my infinity card, it's my twin flame energy, right? But this might be zapping your confidence. You might be like feeling not good enough. Working on those. Those are inner child beliefs that need to go. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So this is you've been through the worst of it, and that you're healing from all of this. You're healing from whatever old wounds you're carrying, right? This is like all of it. And so, you might have been going through a lot of negative energy, hard experiences, negative feelings, the whole journey of it that it takes you into and things like that. pay attention. This is once again highlighting your dreams coming up. Some of you guys are dreaming of your twin flame, or you're getting a lot of powerful messages connecting through the dream world, okay? We have the 5 of Cups. You're moving on from the past. This is like my hermit guy, right? All right. But this is healing. You're forgiving. Once again, you might need to forgive your twin flame or other people from the past. This is how we get karmically hooked and things like that. We need to forgive the karmics, forgive our twin flame. You're letting go of a lot of grief and sadness. This is acceptance and releasing baggage. Some of you guys, this is past your control, and you're learning that you need to take control of yourself, your vibration, and your own energy. And this is like pain. You know, every time I didn't understand this, but I wrote a lot of books on this topic of the layers that come up. And when you do lose your twin flame, and this could be losing them to separation or even death ultimately, that we go through different cycles of this. It depends, right? And this could just be breakup energy or separation energy, or, you know, not fully coming into union and the pain around it. You go through the stages of grief. Yeah, I know. Oh my God. And maybe cycle back around. You're going to go through certain layers of it, right? And so this is heart chakra healing all over it. You need to let go of the painful baggage. And so oftentimes it is our own wounds they bring to the surface. And when you heal, they're not going to be able to push your buttons or those wounds the same. So you'll probably be very hurt in some way by your twin flame, and maybe even multiple times in the same places. You'll know when you're healed because you won't feel the hurt and pain in those spaces. So whatever painful areas they have triggered to the surface, because they most certainly will, you need to heal these areas so that it's not affecting you in the same way again. And you'll know you're healed because you're not going to feel those painful spots. So this is a card about healing your heart chakra and healing any separation or old or even wounds. Because we have this Temperance. This is all about finding balance and coming into a harmonious relationship with this person. This is like peace, finding common ground, right? Meeting in the middle, seeing each other's perspective. It is beautiful embodiment. Even though it's fire energy, I think it's a beautiful card for Libra season. You might feel like you're tested. Twin flame takes you through trials and tribulations. This is a spiritual path, right? Oh my God, you thought you signed up for union and you signed up for trials and tribulations. All right, okay. Like, jokes aside, this is like you might feel under pressure, tested, a lot coming to the surface. I love people, they think they're in union and another layer come up. You have more healing work to do, jokes aside, okay? So just know that. You might feel like you're kind of being tested during this time. We have the King of Wands. This is representing your masculine. This is them getting their energy level back. They're getting enthusiastic. They're making plans and taking action. If you're apart, they're making a plan to get you back. If you're together, they're going to make some plans with you to do some stuff. This could be traveling, doing something fun, right? Doing stuff with you. It could be a life plan and like figuring out what they want with you within their future and things like that. So we have this kind of energy coming through, and that's always positive energy. So like I said, if in separation, they're making a plan of how to get you back and how to approach you. And if you're together in union, this is like, some of you guys are going to be moving to get in together and doing things, going places, right? Whatever it is you desire with them. They're thinking about their future, and they're thinking about how to get that future they want with you. So very serious energy too. We have a lot of serious energy across the collective, if you didn't notice right now, right? I always think, yeah, Libra's a little karmic. And when we deal with karmic energy, it is the glue that binds, but I mean, it can be kind of serious. I'm not saying the astrology side, I'm just saying the energy in the air, right? As we're getting ready to wrap up this year, that was very tough and challenging for a lot of the flames. So this is DM coming through, wanting to get things back on track. This might be a healing too. A healing coming up, we'll say, right? Sorry, I got too many cards. All right, so Libra season, healing our relationships, healing toxic patterns, letting go of them. Cancer, and I say this because we have Mars in Cancer, and Libra, oftentimes avoidance energy. Oh my God. So this Libra season is guiding us to work through any issues we've been avoiding within twin flame connection. Some of you guys are reflecting on these issues. Okay, Divine Masculine. Let's see what's going on for the Divine Masculine reading. Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your Divine Masculine. I want to contact our mutual friends to ask about you. Some of you guys have mutual friends. You might see these mutual friends and always think about this person. And I had an experience like this happen yesterday where one of my Flames friends is someone I've known for years. I saw like what? And did a creative project with. This was probably 10 years ago. And I did a very artistic, creative project with them. And I saw they were friends with a friend in a small world. You're like, oh my God. As they say, sometimes we're more connected than we like to believe. But you might have a lot of mutual friends. And you might have found that when you were coming together, you might have merged friends together. So sometimes I see a friend and I know they love my flame or whatever. So this could be like that. And then I had another couple, like, you know, they're friends with their flame's friend, but their flame's ignoring them, right? And things like that. So you guys are more connected up than you like to believe sometimes too, and things like that. So they might be checking out, because we have this card. They might be like checking, like if you're with friends and you're out and you're on their socials and, you know, they're friends with your friends, they might be looking at what you're doing through your friends' pages and things like that, and trying to see what you're doing through mutual friends and stuff like that. There's so much unspoken between us. I need to tell you how I really feel. And this is key for masculine on the journey. They know how they feel, but they hide that aspect oftentimes. Sometimes they hide their inner world or their emotional world. They might just have a hard time expressing themselves, or throat chakra, right? Blocks coming up for the masculine right now. But needing to tell the Divine Feminine how they feel and to reveal more of that too. And sometimes they know inside, they know they love you, but sometimes they might be hiding that. Some of the masculines act, I say, cold, or like they don't care about you, or they're not being truthful about their feelings or whatever it is. And they might be trying to deny, run, or hide from the connection too, but they know how they feel deep down. So there might be a lot that unspoken, and that's the energy waiting for masculine to really share how they feel and to open up more. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. They might feel bad if they've misjudged you or judged you. Sometimes as starseeds, we're cloaked a little bit extra. They might not even be able to see you that good. I'm saying that, like, okay, I had that problem my whole life, right? Oh my God. All right, treating me like this muggle aspect when you're so much more. You're like, what? Okay, and it depends, because your twin flame should see you good, but they might have not understood what you're going through, or your side of things, or, you know, the cause and effect, or your emotions, or whatever it is. So now with this energy, as we were talking about, with this Libra energy, especially Mercury in Libra, they're able to see your side of the view right now. They're able to put themselves in your shoes, or to see different things, or to see the view of both of you, or to see a higher view, we'll say. They're getting a higher perspective about things and about you, Divine Feminine. The thought of you with someone else drives you crazy. And this is something I never understand for those that choose not to do union and to do separation. There's always a risk that you could lose your twin flame, even for the rest of the lifetime, because we have to learn through partnerships. If you didn't notice on planet Earth, how many relationships have you had? Like, even if you try to avoid them, you're like, okay, the universe has a fun way of pulling us into these connections, right? And so we have to learn. And so oftentimes, you know, we're being guided to be with our twin flame, but if this doesn't work out and they don't want you, then they're always risking that they could lose you to the karmics, or the karmic nature of life and things like that too. So this Divine Masculine knows they need to act, or they could lose you for good. They might take advantage that you've been around waiting for them, or things like that, but they know they're at this crossroads, at this make or break point. And it could be just, you know, Divine Feminine desires love and union and connection, and might have gone through a lot wanting it with this person, and they might have not stepped up, or, you know, whatever, have caused a lot of painful separation cycles and things like that too, because we heal through our relationships. It's something that we as humans are wired up for. You know, we are not designed for this avoidant toxic culture. We are wired up for connection, and we do our best in connections. And this is where we can, you know, love each other and learn the nature of oneness. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. Some of these masculines are trying to please their family. I was saying that. Someone told me in a call, my family, this was like a couple days ago, my parent who never met my twin flame had so much bad stuff to say about her and told me to stay away from them. And I'm like, yeah, because they fear that the twin flame will take you away. God forbid, right? Oh my God, God forbid, right? They take you away from the clutches of the family that has their hooks in you, right? And things like that, which is kind of not normal. I said they would be like that about anyone you date on the down low. They act like they like them, but they're like that about everyone if you didn't notice, right? Especially if they think it's serious and they lose control and power over you. And I said, oh, well, that's not very healthy. They didn't even meet your flame. You know what I mean? So just be mindful of that too. And that's everything that we're here to get away from karmically. I couldn't handle your words when you were upset with me. It was too painful. Divine Feminine, you might have said things to the masculine, and it could be purges and upheavals, and Divine Masculine is aware of that. They can see through it though, that there have been probably things said in pain, or in emotion, right? Or heated and things like that. And that's probably a regret if either said things that were hurtful and things like that, seeing past that, too. Being apart has been more difficult than I can accept. This person has a hard time either staying away from you or being apart from you. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. Let's see. I should have fought for you. And we have that kind of energy coming up too. They know they should have fought harder for this connection. Some of them walked away, took the easy route out, listened to their ego, hurt you a lot in the process. Some of them didn't stand up to the third parties and chose third party karmics over you or family or anything above you, right? They put every other obligation above you. They might have made excuses from the ego. It depends. They know that they should have done right by you and that they should have tried more with this connection. I ran because I wasn't ready for you. Hell, the Divine Masculine never is. Divine Feminine comes in just like the masculines without warning, right? A lot of times you guys have given up on love and things like that. Or you didn't see it come in and a plot twist, surprise, this person comes in. So they didn't feel ready for you. They have a lot of regret about how things went or what they've done on their side. I realize all the mistakes I've made. You're always on my mind. We always talk about this. A lot of times Divine Feminine asks, do they even care about me? They act like they don't, and they can just go back to the 3D. Do they even think about me? A lot of times Divine Feminine's left obsessing and thinking about this person all the time. It's the same for both sides. It's the same for the masculine too. Sometimes they won't admit it. There's a lot of longing on both sides, especially if apart. So when you guys are apart, there's a lot of painful energies to purge out, we're talking about coming up today, and longing. Higher forces are trying to guide us together, and they're going to sense that. They're getting a lot of synchronicity. They're getting messages. They're seeing your name. They could be out somewhere and, you know, their server, their waitress has your name, or they're seeing little reminders. They're seeing all your favorite stuff everywhere. They're seeing your favorite foods. They're hearing people talk like you. They're seeing a woman that looks just like you. If they're out dating and single, no one can compare to you, and that they realize that they're literally looking for you, and that when other people try to hit on them or engage or be with them, that they literally start to miss you and can't get you off of their mind. And, you know, think about how none of these women are good enough for them because they're not you, and that, you know, like, right? So they're seeing all of this stuff. And they try to put you out of the mind, but then the signs, the synchronicities come through, because that's part of this connection that the divine is trying to always keep you on track with this. So you get a lot of signs and synchronicities. They're thinking about you and seeing your favorite angel number. You know, they're seeing little things like songs that remind them of you, right? I'm telepathically connecting with you all of the time. Now, this is the most beautiful part of Twin Flame. You guys have these telepathic gifts and abilities, and the more that you're around this person, the more you've activated these gifts. And so you guys can also, you're more telepathic with people that have these abilities. And so when you are a Twin Flame, you can telepathy this person all day long. So you might feel like you're having conversations with yourself. This is the higher self. You might feel like you're picking up on what this person is doing in the physical or in the 3D. You might feel like you're having conversations with yourself. You might be, you know, thinking about your twin flame a lot. This is the telepathy and things like that. So you're actually sending downloads and messages and energies back and forth all day. I need to do some soul searching on my own. You need to heal how you're seeing things. A shift in perspective is needed. So needing to change your we'll say, ego view of things. I desire union just as strong as you. They want union. It just kind of depends on the path. Okay, so we were talking about, I think yesterday, but I'm going to put this in there just in case. all paths are a dead end when people go down the ego path. I've seen so many people with the flames that are going to do a business project and screw union. The business project doesn't work out, leads to a dead end. Every one of them. I'm going to date someone else or a few other people. All those paths don't work out. I'm going to go do my own thing and do this. Everything is a dead end. So when you go down the ego paths, once you met your twin flame, they're going to take you to a dead end and try to reroute you back to union. So it depends on what's going on specifically. This is just a general reading. Just know that about the universe bringing you back to union again and again. I'm sending you signs and messages. You're both my strength and my weakness. And so this is the problem too, because you reflect back all their good aspects, who they want to be, same gifts, beautiful gifts you both have, but also the shadow comes up. And that's why people run from their own shadow work they need to do. This person feels guilty. They feel, old, shame, guilt. This is inner child stuff. You've triggered some type of inner child stuff. We have this. They're watching your social media. They might be watching these psychic readings and trying to see what you're doing in that way, right? Because oftentimes when you're in the separation space, that's the only way you're going to know, right? Going to the psychic. All right, a lot of you guys are getting psychic readings. Hit up my website. I'll tell you what's up. Okay, so anyways, they're watching your socials. I love the little picture. They're watching your socials, usually from far away. You're their lifeline in separation. You might not know that. So masculine is watching your socials. They're trying to see if you're posting. They're stalking you, right? They're trying to see what you're doing. All right, they're thinking about you a ton. They might be very sad and have nostalgia. They might be crying. They might be missing you. They might be in this space, we'll say, right? I have these cards mixed in. Hold on. I knew it. Let's see. Okay. So, continuing for masculine, they don't know what direction to take. They might feel lost, especially if they've hit some detours. Those dead ends are detours. Like their plan's not working out. Like that's ego. It's your 3D plans aren't working out because you're guided to this higher spiritual path. So they're at a crossroads, especially separation to union is the biggest crossroads. Separation is a huge crossroads. Do I choose to stay single or do I choose union? And things like that. So they have that choice, but they're being guided to follow their intuition of what to be doing. So you might feel kind of in a weird space right now, masculine. You're kind of in between things. However, sorry, this bunch of cards are getting in the way. However, that's manifest for you. All right, some of you guys are spending time in solitude and retreat. And this is like, you might need it after that eclipse. You might be going deep within yourself, especially if there's silence, like if your DM isn't really talking to you or even your DF, because this is reading for the divine masculine. You're being guided to go deep within yourself. You have a lot of lessons and knowledge that you're integrating, but you have a lot of baggage you're clearing and dropping energetically to work on your energy. Some of you guys need your divine feminine's energy around, and when you guys go within yourself, it's like you're not doing as good. Work on your energy. You need to let go of old beliefs that are blocking you. You're focusing on your career, business, and other goals, but you also need to balance that with union. That's one of the hardest things to do because I know I work a lot, obviously, right? That's my thing on my side, and needing to balance that. I know for my flame, it's like he's empath and needing to balance the energy of it and his time he needs by himself versus the union. And on my side of it, it's always like the work versus the union, right? Things like that. Okay, I get sucked into the union and don't spend enough time working, and I think it's like that with him too. So jokes aside, you're needing to balance this, right? Like your everyday matrix life, day-to-days, whatever it is with this union, or maybe it's just your own projects and goals and things that you have going on, or it could be even energetically as discussed. So needing more balance between all of this. All right, this is a time to manifest. You're planting your seeds. As they say, you're not going to harvest those seeds the same day. This is planting your seeds for union. Stay positive. Divine masculine, you need to help manifest this union. You're really good at it. You're a good manifester. You might be someone helping your divine feminine to manifest or putting things out there. Take care with your thoughts and your words right now, divine masculine. So we have lots of communications going to come in, especially if there's been a throat chakra block or lack of communication or avoidance patterns. You guys are working on this. This is like something happening. Okay, if you guys might be going on a trip and traveling, or if there's long distance, because sometimes that's the biggest separation. This is like travel and coming together. This could just be like, you know, for a weekend or spending more time together, but it could also represent opening up communication and seeing each other more, or whatever it is. If you feel things are dead in the water and not moving, or like I said, communication blocks, things are going to open up really, really fast. So We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, and usually these are my new beginning cards, but there's been some type of delays and setbacks. This could be life and obstacles hitting you and, you know, things like that. Sometimes it's lack of energy and just having no drive and no movement and holding yourself back. You might feel kind of tired, or you just don't have that motivation right now. My flame said is mojo. You might be feeling like your mojo. Okay, you might just not have that energy right now or feel that passionate about things. Could be life hitting you or things going on. This is the Empress card. It's very positive for your divine feminine coming through. They might be someone who's really abundant, but also someone very sensual and nurturing and in that feminine energy. And that's rare in these days, right? We have women in the matrix masculine energy. They might be someone who's like, you know, very in that feminine energy and things like that. But this is also about tapping into and trusting your divine feminine. They see things. Sometimes you don't like to hear these things about the journey because they're very intuitive, and you probably know the things they tell you are right when they're tapping in, and to listen to some of these downloads and insights and things like that. But it's also about trusting your own intuitions and your own emotions for you. Okay, we have the Moon in reverse, and this is things coming up to the surface. This is the shadow work. You're clearing a lot of negative energy, inner shadows, and even things that are blocking your intuition right now, okay? This is finding what's lost. Some of you guys in separation, you feel that missing piece of you, that divine feminine, right? You're really feeling they're lost. You're feeling their absence, and it's hurting you or painful, and it's bringing up a lot of energy clearing to the surface. So you're clearing a lot of energy fast. That means your frequency is rising fast, and you're feeling it too. This is the Seven of Cups, and this is like you have a lot of options, but you're like, right? Really, the Union. Okay, like I said, lots of paths. Let's just say each one of these cups, and there's 7, is a new pathway, but they're all dead ends except Union and Divine Feminine. Things aren't always what they seem around here and things like that. And oftentimes it is these paths that look more promising and better, and you get pulled into them like the illusions, right? You're like, ooh, that person looks better. This opportunity looks better. Ooh, I think this looks better. Let's just say you have 7 cups in front of you, and each one represents a pathway. One of them is your twin flame, but all 6 look better. You're going for the other 6. Ooh, that woman looks prettier. Ooh, this job offer looks better. Ooh, this matrix stuff looks better. Ooh, my family's offering me this. And all of those paths lead to destruction, as we said, and obstacles and delay or whatever. They all go to a dead end. Like, you know, you're picking the path, and Union's the harder path. That's why you never just pick it. You go on any other path. You're like, oh, that looks easier. Right? Karmic's easier. This looks easier. This is offering me money, whatever, all glitz and gold, because they look like all shiny, like, right? And sometimes we know those cups are poison. Like, all right. And then, you know, your twin flame isn't what they seem to. And you're like, oh, I don't know about her. She seems tough, whatever it is. But that is the true path to union and things like that. Now, this can represent water and things like that. But this is illusions. And that, as I said, all these paths lead to a dead end. And you have free will to go down the paths. So when you go choose a dead end path, it's just making the road longer to get to union. Because that is the end result that you'll get to anyways. After you, it's like, okay, so I'm driving the other day, and they have like the road closed. I need to go down on both sides. We'll call it a detour. There's like a big sign, you're not going down here. And I'm like, okay, so I got to turn down a different road. I got there anyways, right? But it's like that. So when you hit these roadblocks or dead ends, they're setbacks, and they just take longer to get where you're going anyways. So it's a little bit like, you know, you could have gone down that mile hiking trail and you took the 10-mile hiking trail and it was hell. You're like, oh my God, but you get to the same spot anyway. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles, you need to have some kind of balance with how you're giving and receiving energy. You need to be reciprocal, like literally. Like the best connections are like giving and receiving in a good flow. And when you stop, one person isn't reciprocating, kind of gets draining and a dead end and things like that. You need to be more generous with your money, time, and energy. And this is a twin flame reading, so possibly with your twin flame. I have a lot of twin flames where it's like they're always the one doing something, you know, maybe take the stress off them and do something nice for them back, right? They're always the one texting and calling first. Make sure you send them a text and call first, right? They're always getting you little gifts. Get them something. Do something nice for them, right? And this will lift up the frequency of the overall union. So we have our own frequency and the frequency of the union, right? We want to lift up the frequency of the union. This could be doing something nice for your twin flame, showing them a beautiful gesture with your time, effort, money, maybe putting a little bit more effort in so that you can reciprocate that energy, knowing it's going to come back in a very positive energy way. All right, I'm going on that note anyways. If you guys need me, just go ahead and book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com. I have tons of healings, readings, classes on there. Check it out. Just book me on there if you need me. Have a beautiful Sunday.